Hi there, Doug Stewart with IT Creations with the Supermicro IoT SuperServer 111E-FWTR. This is a short depth server powered by a 4th or 5th generation Intel Xeon Scalable CPU. It can also support up to 2 terabytes of memory with 2 internal storage bays. Hit that subscribe button if you like our channel. Let's take a look. At 16.9 inches or 437 millimeters in depth, this system is designed for edge applications, where there might not be a dedicated server room or even a small server enclosure on wheels. It's designed to accommodate applications like the DU of 5G applications, which is just a fancy way of saying that this unit will process data and control functions close to radio antennas, which helps minimize latency. But that's not all. This system is also good for multi-access edge computing, artificial intelligence on edge, which sounds more like a treatable mental disorder, and for satellite communications, to name a few. There's also another one too, Flex RAN Open RAN vBBU. Had to look that one up, but it too is related to radio. Flex RAN for building software-based radio access networks, or RANs. On the other hand, Open RAN promotes open multi-vendor RAN interfaces. That last part is Virtualized Baseboard Unit, or vBBU, which is a component of both Flex and Open RAN and uses commercial off-the-shelf or COTS hardware like this unit instead of proprietary equipment. Do you have a need for a short-depth Supermicro IoT SuperServer 111E-FWTR? I suppose we can add Internet of Things as one of the other workloads this unit is good at, as it's right in the name. For a limited time, you can save up to $500 off the purchase price of a system that's listed or one that you can configure at IT Creations that's valued at $5,000 or more. Just click that link for more information. When you're ready to make a purchase, just mention this video. In front, it has dual redundant 800-watt PSUs with 2 PCI slots on the other side, actually 3. Between is the I/O panel, which has the on-off button, a serial port, dedicated IPMI LAN port, then a pair of USB 2.0 ports, and a pair of USB 3.0 ports. Next, 2 RJ45 10 gigabit Ethernet LAN ports, a VGA port with another PCI port above that. That would be the 3rd. Around back, all you're going to find is the service tag. That dedicated IPMI LAN port can be used to manage the system remotely, and Supermicro offers several software utilities. SuperDoctor 5 is for managing a single unit, and paired with out-of-band software license, which is included with your purchase, you can manage BIOS remotely through a standard browser. Another option is Supermicro Server Manager, or SSM, which allows administrators to manage Supermicro servers in a data center from a single console. Handy if you have a lot of hardware to manage. And maybe you do, even with the addition of this little edge server. Although if you do go that route, you will need licensing software for each target node. Additional options include SuperCloud Composer, the Supermicro Update Manager, or SUM, and the Supermicro Automation Assistant. There are more, but I think that's enough for now. Once I remove the cover panel, you can see that there is actually something in back. A row of 6 little fans and a cage for 2 internal fixed 2.5-inch SATA drives. Onboard RAID of 0 and 1 is supported with the integrated controllers on the CPU and the SATA ports on the motherboard. In this case, those fans are pulling fresh air through the chassis. A plastic shroud directs that fresh air over the CPU and memory module slots. That single socket can be outfitted with either 4th or 5th generation Intel Xeon Scalable processors with a thermal design power or TDP threshold of 85 watts to 350 watts. Although I will mention that the CPUs with a TDP over 205 watts are only supported under specific conditions. CPUs are also limited to 32 cores and 64 virtual threads. With 8-channel memory architecture and 8 memory module slots, each memory module resides in its very own memory channel for optimal performance. Only registered DIMMs, RDIMMs, are supported. Memory can run at up to 5,600 megatransfers per second, but speed is dependent on the CPU and installed memory modules. Just looking at 5th generation Intel Xeon Scalable processors, yes, you do get that 5,600 megatransfers per second for Platinum, but not for Gold or Silver, which top out at 5,200 megatransfers per second and 4,400 megatransfers per second, respectively. While the CPUs offer more than 64 physical cores and 128 virtual threads, the specs say this system is limited to CPUs with 32 physical cores, 64 virtual threads, and an L3 cache of up to 60 megabytes. I think that would be for the CPUs under 205 watts, as there are several CPUs in the supported processor list that do exceed those limits on cores and L3 cache. 2 10 gigabit Ethernet ports on the system do provide basic networking communications, but you have options for installing faster NICs using the PCI slots. There are 3 total, with 1 PCI 5.0 by 16 low-profile slot and 2 PCI 5.0 by 16 full-height, full-length slots. Depending on the workload, you can install NICs with speeds of up to 100 gigabits per port. Maybe you need some GPU acceleration? If that's the case, you can install a few NVIDIA T4 GPUs. The T4 has a PCI 3.0 by 8 interface, and with only 70-watt power draw, can run on the power provided by the PCI slot. This card is still quite valid for distributed workloads, but also a good fit for light AI applications, including conversational AI, recommender systems, and visual search. That last one of which is an added ingredient for IoT environments. The Supermicro IoT SuperServer 111E-FWTR can be configured to support a number of workloads where you need to address the data at the edge instead of sending it to a centralized data center. It offers substantial compute with a single 5th generation Intel Xeon Scalable processor and up to 2 terabytes of memory. If you like our videos and actually made it to the end, then hit that subscribe button, or maybe a thumbs up. If you are interested in this little gem, then check out IT Creations using that link right there or right there. itcreations.com. Until next time, dear viewers, I'm Doug Stuman, and thanks for watching.